To the Channel 12 News team as a Channel 12 News Van's newsbreaker.
Coming up next in the Channel 12 News Weekend Report, a new trial is sought by the two men convicted in the murder of Donna Maher.
And the bid to streamline the Public Service Commission has passed through the House and is now awaiting Senate approval. And gay rights groups unite to show their support of the amendment made to Senate Bill 214. Stay tuned. The news is next.
You're watching KTVH Channel 12 in Helena, Montana, and this is the news.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. Lawyers for the two men convicted in the murder of Donna Maher are asking Judge Dorothy McCarter for a new trial.
The defense attorneys say they have uncovered new information about key witnesses used by the prosecution that will seriously undermine their testimony.
Now, the motion was made Friday in district court. Specifically, it notes Dan Nipshield, who was the father-in-law of Freddie Joe Lawrence and was a key witness for the state. Attorneys claim that Nipshield was discharged from the Army in the late 1960s after being diagnosed as schizophrenic and unable to accurately judge what he sees and hears. Now, during the trial, Nipshield testified that Lawrence told him that he and Paul Jenkins killed Donna Maher and robbed the Jackson Creek Saloon.
Did you and Paul actually kill that woman in Montana City? He says, of course. He says, there's still, there was no witnesses, they can't prove it.
Is the wife of Paul Jenkins, Mary, who testified that she helped load the body into another car and then drove back to Boulder. Now, the defense claims that Mary Jenkins suffers from night blindness, which would make that drive literally impossible.
The car, I think. Who was in the car with you? I really don't remember.
County Attorney Mike McGrath says he's not surprised by that motion, and motions like that are common. The defense had their chance to present their evidence in court. McGrath now has 10 days to respond to the motion. A final decision, however, will be made by Judge McCarter.
And from the Capitol, the House has approved a measure that would reduce the number of people serving on the Public Service Commission from 5 to 3. The Public Service Commission is an agency which regulates utilities and some types of transportation and is currently made up of publicly elected members. Under this bill, the governor would appoint the officials. Democrats say that this move would take the public out of the PSC.
We're going to eliminate the direct accountability to the people of the Public Service Commission if this goes to an appointive process.
But Republicans say this move is good government because it streamlines an office which in most other states has only 3 members as well.
I disagree with the idea that people don't get a say. We elect our governor every 4 years. We elect our Senate off and on every 2 years. And the governor will be appointing these people once every 6 years. And that appointment will have to be confirmed by the Senate. I think the public will have plenty of input.
The bill now goes before the Senate.
Meanwhile, the House has rejected an attempt to once again use sportsmen to shoot bison wandering into Montana from Yellowstone National Park. The bison are considered a threat to cattle because about half are believed to carry brucellosis, a deadly disease which causes livestock to abort. Representative Doug Wagner of Hungry Horse proposed the amendment in hopes of providing extra control of the bison and the disease.
Montana sportsmen are willing to participate. The park has a problem. It's spilling out into Montana, and we have to deal with it. And all I'm asking for is a chance for the sportsmen to be involved in that situation.
Now, agriculture proponents say the media circus surrounding the hunting of bison will only muddle the issue.
We were, in fact, to allow the hunters to step into it. It would create not only one problem as far as the potential spread of brucellosis, it would focus attention that we don't need as far as the sensational thing of it. The firing line situation that we had 5 years ago. In fact,
currently, 9 states require brucellosis testing of Montana cattle before it can be exported. If the disease spreads further, the cost of testing could become as high as $10 million.
The plan to reintroduce wolves into central Idaho and Yellowstone National Park may be years ahead of schedule. That's according to the project's leader, Ed Bangs, who says the plan couldn't have gone better. And now with the breeding activity in the 3 wolf packs in Yellowstone, Bangs says he's pleased with the progress.
An experimental rule and reintroduction of wolves in Yellowstone was formulated in the mid-'80s, and so we've been talking about this 20 years, and it's really a pleasure to finally see some action on the ground.
The wolves are monitored weekly by radio callers used by officials to record wolf activity.
The Montana Senate has voted to make English our official state language. Supporters say the bill will save Montana money in the future if we experience an influx of immigrants. But the mostly Republican-supported bill is strongly criticized as racist and intolerant.
The first step to that kind of an attitude that at some point somebody will be seen as threatening, and therefore, since our language is officially English, their language is somehow a problem, and that people ought not be able to use their own language in their daily lives or in their business lives if they so choose. And I think that's just a manifestation of prejudice and bigotry.
Now, some officials fear this legislation will add to Montana's negative national image as a state intolerant of differences.
And in another nationally scrutinized issue, the Capitol Rotunda was the scene of a victory demonstration for those who are outraged by the proposed registration of homosexuals. The issue received national attention earlier this week when it passed in the House, but Governor Roscoe says the bill was not intended to single homosexuals out and would not pass under such conditions. Those who attended Saturday's rally cautioned that while they may have won this battle, the war on homophobia is far from over.
Meantime, Governor Mark Roscoe says absolutely the right thing was done by eliminating lifetime registration for homosexuals from Senate Bill 214. In his weekly press conference, however, the governor said there are still several issues he's concerned with.
We're working very, very hard on the water quality bills and the subdivision bill, and made tremendous progress, in my view, on those two issues.
Now, the governor says his office is also working hard on the state budget and various tax issues.
Still to come on the Channel 12 News, a former champion is released from an Indiana prison.
And possible tax relief for small business owners. Details when we come back.
Get ready this weekend for Oscar Fever. Only Entertainment Tonight has been following your favorite faces throughout the year of movie-making madness.
Thought, well, gee, well, maybe this will happen every year or something.
From Hollywood's hits, highlights, and hopefuls, we've been there from the start. And if fashion is your fancy, come with us as supermodel Vendela gives us the insider's tips to Oscar-winning wardrobes. It's your Academy Awards preview this weekend on ET.
Sunday at 10:30 p.m. on Channel 12. The all-wheel drive cars from Subaru. It only takes a moment to appreciate their beauty. A moment like this. The very moment it takes Subaru all-wheel drive to instantly transfer power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip, giving you the traction you need to help you stay out of trouble. Because the best safety feature a car can have is one that can help you stay out of an accident. During Active Safety Days, lease an all-wheel drive Legacy for as low as $199 a month.
Unbelievable. Taco Bell is hitting the road with new Border Light tacos.
Can't believe this is light. How'd you do that?
Tacos with all the taste and half the fat.
Half the fat. We like that. You want some more? Yeah.
Once you've tasted new Border Light tacos at your nearby Taco Bell, tacos with all the taste but only half the fat, you'll be a believer too.
That's a good taco.
Do you promise to love new Border Light taco?
I do.
I think these things are really going to fly.
Only from the mind of Minolta. Introducing the Watchdog Copier, Minolta's revolutionary CS Pro series. Hidden electronic watchdogs guard against misfeeding and miscopying.
Good watchdog.
It 3-hole punches inside the machine.
Nice watchdog.
So intelligent, it calls for service by itself.
Smart watchdog.
It's touching how people care for their Watchdog Copier.
I'd like to invite you to come see the new line of Watchdog Copiers from Minolta.
Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson is a free man tonight. Tyson was released from prison early Saturday after serving 3 years for a rape conviction. After a quick stop at a nearby Islamic mosque, Tyson headed home to Southington, Ohio. Chuck Coletti reports.
The sun rose this morning in Southington. The yellow ribbons made it clear it was not going to be a normal day in this farm town 40 miles southeast of Cleveland. And a little after 9 a.m., it was made clear after all the rumors Tyson and King were still together as they landed at a Youngstown airport and were picked up by King's son, Carl. And while hundreds of media members and helicopters swarmed Tyson's mansion in Southington, waiting for the former champ's arrival, one resident said Southington truly is the home of the free.
People around here, we're not the celebrity status as they are like in California and that, and people won't be hounding them.
When Tyson finally arrived around 9:30 a.m., he was like the Iron Mike in the ring, all business. The 28-year-old was scurried into his home, where he's expected to stay for at least a couple days.
So while 3 years ago police took Mike Tyson away in handcuffs, today they're back on his payroll as the former champ has come home. In Southington, I'm Chuck Aletti, NBC News.
Well, here in Helena, it was a revival of an old movement to trace the Hebrew roots of religion and unite the Christian community. The third annual Fair Israel was held this weekend at the Mount Helena Community Church amid a